My name's Lacey and Arena Whittington.
Great. And
Ryan Whittington.
great. It was a pleasure having you here. Seriously, Lacey, your journey is just mind-blowing, and seeing you transform so powerfully was just so rewarding and so beautiful, and it made me so emotional every single time. But that's just my side of the story of seeing you. But I would like you to share your side of the story. How did you feel before you came here? Because you have a beautiful story, right?
Yeah, definitely. We felt very anxious, not knowing anything about, this retreat at all.
I'm also, I suppose, anxious, nervous, self-conscious, scared, insecure, yet hopeful, all at the same time.
Willing to change, knowing that we needed to do something different in our lives for us to, stay with each other, basically.
Needed some tools to put in our tool belt to help use to heal the I hate using the word broken, but the rift that we have in our relationship.
Of course.
Because I was using the word broken and all these like negative talks. And through this experience, I've learned so much more about myself, just about how my love language, my, just the way that negative words not only hurt him, but they hurt me. I learned how to break out of patterns that were causing me not to move forward. I know that in life, I was really afraid to change, and I kept going back in the past and rewinding things over and over again instead of getting myself into a path where I can let the past trauma go and move forward into a healthier future.
Of course. And you've been together for quite a while, right? How many years?
We've been together for 28 years.
28 years. You have beautiful 2 children.
We have a almost 25-year-old daughter, Kayla, and almost 20-year-old son, Malachi. Say that just because they're almost turning, so they're closer to the other age than we are.
Of course.
So 24 and 19.
Yeah, beautiful. And after so many years, recently you actually hit a rock bottom.
Definitely.
Would you be okay to share what was that?
Well, after a long time of just living the same life, our whole world was changed. It got shook up. Our the industry that we were in crashed. So we had to find a new path for financial security. And our children were also no longer children. They weren't babies anymore. They were whole turned adults. And we put the last dime that we had into starting a restaurant, which was something that we didn't know anything about. And in that time, we just drifted apart. And my husband started cheating on me. And it came as a humongous shock to me because I didn't think that for this entire relationship, we'd been loyal and faithful to each other. And that was the main thing that we always said that we were not going to do to each other, that if we felt we needed to be with someone else, we were going to be open and honest and just say, I don't want to be with you anymore, and we were going to break up. But it didn't happen like that. It never happens the way you want it to. And that's another thing I've learned is you have these plans, and they don't always turn out the way that you want them to. And it really damaged our trust and my trust. It really hurt me. It really deeply. More than I think I even knew. In my insecurities, it brought a huge amount of insecurities. It brought a lot of fear. And I started finding myself sliding down into this really weird hole of weakness and just self-destruction.
Of course, of course. Wow. And Ryan, how did you feel coming here with that burden, with that heaviness? Because I remember you were really struggling because of this self-shame and self-blame. So would you like to share a little bit about that part? Because I'm sure there's so many guys right now, or even women, who are in your shoes and thinking, how can I come to a retreat and openly admit this what I have done? That loss is so shocking and difficult for a person who actually also, as far as I know, have never done anything like this group setting work, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just 5 minutes, please, okay?
Yeah, I'm, 47 years old, and I never knew any of these tools or even love language. I mean, what is that?
Yeah.
What is So I learned a lot here that I think I can implement in my life. I learned that the way I treat my kids, is special, and that I should be treating my partner in the same way. So she's someone's little girl as well, and I just need to remember that. And yeah, I'm just happy we came here. When I got here, I was somewhat optimistic. I was really didn't think I'd open up, and I thought that I'd kind of just breeze through and get it done and move on. And it wasn't like that at all for me. It was life changing. It made me realize that I can change and that I haven't been doing my part. And I'm ready to move on to the next stage of our lives together, which is loyalty, honesty, forgiveness, trust. Um, like I said, I can't believe that I embraced and learned everything I did here. So I just want to kind of keep, like you said, with our books, I just want to keep it fresh, because, we're still, it's been a week, and it's been an amazing week. It's been a tough week. But
Say movies.
yeah, I think that it's going to change our lives if we implement what you've taught us.
It's so precious to hear that. Seriously, knowing that now you're going to go back home with a toolbox that you'll be able to implement and remind yourself, oh, hold on. We're now approaching an argument, we're approaching a frustration. Let's just have a look how we can deal with that. Just makes more world. And if you could describe in a couple of words, how do you feel about your future now?
I feel that we have if we do what we were taught to do,
Yes.
I think our lives there's no telling what we can accomplish and what we can do together. Yeah.
I think for me, I think a lot of people in relationships, they think that cheating is the end all. And I did too. But when it came to that being a part of the reality of my life, I realized that it wasn't my end all, that my love for him was deeper than the surface level of one slip up of infidelity. We've been together our entire life since we were 18 years old. We've been together. I mean, he took me to my senior prom. He was my high school sweetheart, and we grew up together. And then growing up, change is something that I was really having a hard time accepting and embracing. And that change and growth, to me, it was always scary and uncertain. But to me now, I have this new, like, I have this new idea that change and growth is actually exciting, and it's important, because we don't want to stay the same. But what we do is grow and change together, accept each other for these new human beings that we're morphing into. and embrace this new chapter of life that we're going to be experiencing together. I was really holding on to the past, and I was going around and around and around about how I just couldn't get it out of my head. And I was just really going into my head, and in that, I was only hurting him more and hurting myself, and I wasn't allowing I wasn't allowing even a bit of forgiveness or growth to happen because I was so stuck in being angry about what happened. But that was only hurting me and hurting him. And this, for me, I came in with a huge optimistic hope that we could make a change, and the change that the the tools and the things that we have learned in this retreat. It's amazing it's only been 5 days because it feels like it's been 5 months in the sense of learning. Um, that they are I have this I was able to release so much inside of me that I didn't realize that I was holding on to. I knew I was, but I didn't realize like that I actually I wasn't accepting any form of responsibility or accountability for my part in the problem. I was just like, you. And that's not what it is. It's not just you, it's us. It's a team. I was part of the problem, and I accepted, I realized that, and I'm taking accountability for where I was making problems in our relationship. And I know that we together with the positive energy and love. And things aren't always going to be easy. It's not like we're changed, we're different, we're better. What we are is opened to new forms of healing that can help us become better people individually. Yes. Which is really important. I think both of us were stuck in the not realizing that our individual growth is what will help us grow together. Of course. Of course. And what would you tell to those couples that right now are in issues? One of the partners cheated and there are probable numbers of divorce or separation, there are children involved, and businesses involved, what else involved? And they're thinking, oh, should we come to this retreat or not? What would you tell them? Absolutely come to this retreat. You will gain more than you will ever know. The thing that you can gain if you're open and receptive to allowing yourself to learn and to accept accountability. Um, this retreat is truly life changing, and you're truly a very beautiful soul, and with lots of insight and knowledge and tools to help hold people accountable. You do it in a soft way, but in a way that helps us both to realize that change is important. And change is necessary, yeah, for growth and development between couples. And that healing and forgiveness and understanding are things that can happen. Huge. Thank you so much.
So leading up to this, after what happened, I've never had anxiety in my life, and I couldn't understand it or relate to people that had it. And man, I literally went to the doctor because I thought something was wrong with me, because I had so much anxiety. Like I said, I've never had it before. I've had so much anxiety, and I didn't even know what it was. I literally went to the doctor and thought like I was dying. Like my heart was fucked up. Like,
Wow.
like I literally am going to the cardiologist when I get back. But I have not had anxiety since the second day I've been here. It's hard to explain, but I don't feel anxious, or I feel relaxed.
Yes. You look relaxed.
Yeah, and it was scaring me,
Oh, wow.
because I didn't know what it was. And I feel calm, collected. It's hard for me to say this kind of stuff. This is not me, I was raised as a man, I don't, you don't cry,
Yes.
and I've cried for the last week every day.
That was so beautiful.
And it was very healing for me to open up with you and Lacey and all the other amazing couples that were here. I truly feel excited for the next step in our journey together, and feel that we can conquer anything we put our minds to as long as we're connected in the same goals.
Yeah, and I think too, being able to open up to complete strangers, the other couples that we had in this retreat with us, we bonded so deeply. We all had so many different walks of life and different problems and different obstacles that we were all dealing with. But the acceptance and the help and the love that we were able to receive from all the other couples that were here was so unexpected.
Yeah.
And just completely and absolutely a huge part of our healing process here.
And I know for a fact in me that I wouldn't have gotten as much as I got from this program without the rest of the people here.
Yeah,
if it would have been just one-on-one with a week of just us, I wouldn't have taken as much away. It was seeing other people's hurt, other people's pain, even though it wasn't the same. Everybody has problems.
Yes.
And everybody wants to move forward and work through them. And I was surprisingly, it's hard to.
Yeah, and it was beautiful because with our own problems, we weren't just focused on our own problems. We took time out of our own issues to engage in helping the others talk about theirs as well. It's like we took this beautiful turn of a circle going around, and some needed more than others.
Yeah.
And some were very, first off, the ones that were low, and then it came around to where each and every one of us were able to open up and talk about our problems. And the beauty of this experience is exactly what you said. It's like we might have different problems in life, but we all have issues. And this place, the energy, everything about it was so special to let us all, each and every one of us, open up in a new way and be vulnerable and accept love and strength from others that helped us get deeper into the problem and help us rise above and release. That is
Like
so
I said, the first day, after the first day and the first meeting work that we started, I was like, I'll fucking never do this again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the second day, I got a little bit better, even though it was intense. By the third day, I was like, we need to figure out how to do step 2 because this is going to work for us.
Yes.
So, I surprised myself in so many ways.
Me too.
During this last week. That, I know we can do it if we
Implement
what we've learned.
And continue learning. You can't just take this and be like, oh, I learned it, I'm done. That doesn't work. You have to continue with the idea of that we are still a work in progress.
Oh, yeah.
And you can always learn new things.
We just have more tools in our belt, and knowledge of, that we need to, it's not just me, it's not just her either, we have a life with amazing, family and friends that are going to respond to us, healing in such a positive way that we're going to have so much support on our side.
Yeah, and I think even our children are adults. I mean, I truly feel like this is going to be a huge thing for our kids to see us working through our problems. Our kids thought we were breaking up. Our kids actually said they think that we should break up because we were so destructive. And we were so hurt and just so repetitively hurting each other.
Of course.
We couldn't get out of our head.
Everyone around us.
Yeah.
And so for us to be able to go back with with tools and a different feeling inside of ourselves, I feel like it's just going to help our family grow much closer together.
It's like what I've said, we've been in counseling, we've tried other things, and it's not the same. We never were given the tools and the knowledge of like what we've learned here. I've never.
What our love language is, what our sexual blueprint is.
Being, feminine, being masculine. And,
the difference between femininity, feminine and masculine. It's these are things that
it's okay for guys to be feminine. I never knew that.
Of course.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, just to talk differently to each other, if we change the pattern of the tone of the verbiage, it makes just a world of difference in how we respond.
Yeah.
So, taking all of this stuff and like implementing it into our life, we can just have such a better relationship, communication, form of sexual interaction, intimacy. Intimacy is not just sex. Intimacy is so deeper than sex, and that's something we both learned too. That there's so much more that we can gain together moving forward in this life, working towards a healthier lifestyle. And I have this different. Like you said, I feel peaceful. I feel calm, and I feel excited.
Yeah, I feel the same things. Just like our workbooks, we literally have. You could look at our workbooks and like basically everything we said is exactly the same.
Wow, we're so aligned.
It's
but
crazy.
We didn't know that we were butting heads so hard that we both had these walls up, and we both didn't want to didn't accept accountability for our own issues. And now that we've kind of let our walls down, we realize we want the same things.
You don't have to be so stubborn. You can be weak. You can be vulnerable. You can go to your partner and cry.
You cry.
And be vulnerable, and they'll be almost more accepting.
Exactly. So accepting, and that isn't a weakness. That is strength.
Oh yeah.
Vulnerability is strength. To be able to be vulnerable allows you to accept new things inside yourself that actually build strength.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. I'm happy, and I'm looking forward to see you growing even more and your own creating impact in the world to your children, your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, because what you learn here will take you not only back to your own relationship, but also you'll be able to take it back to workplace even.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really, really happy and really grateful and really honored to be able to be part of your journey. It was a great pleasure, and I wish you all the best. I look forward to see you soon.
Yeah,
and I just thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for opening this place up, your heart up, and just giving the opportunity for people to come here to learn. This has just been more of a I gained more from this experience than I ever thought I would. And I am just so beyond grateful, and I feel so happy that him and I both went on this journey together, because we went on this journey together starting as very, very broken, hurt people that didn't know how to communicate with each other. And
we're on our first step of healing. There's lots of steps to count, but this is the first step, and we're excited. We're here. We're excited to
continue growing and improving the way that we interact with each other and communicate with each other. And I just see such a beautiful life with it. Oh,